Okay, everybody. I just want to thank OB Golf Co. for being on another great episode. It's always a blast to have them on. And I also want to say that they are doing a little special discount code for the listeners of the podcast. Right now, they're currently running a 40% off promotion through New Year's. But for listeners, they are doing a 50% off until New Year's using code SAFEPAR. That is code SAFEPAR at checkout for 50% off your purchase until New Year's Eve at midnight.
This is the Safe Park Golf Podcast, and we are live with our friends over at OB Golf Co. with Shaye and Shane. Welcome to the podcast, boys. How you doing?
What's up, guys?
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Appreciate the platform as always. And for a second time here, I know I missed the first one, but super excited to be here. Thank you.
Absolutely. No, glad to have you. Like I said, it's been a little while. We've been in a little bit of a hiatus, but we got big things coming next year, and just super excited to have you guys. I know we talked the last time, Shane. You got a wedding. You just had a wedding, Shaye, right? You just got married.
Exactly. Yeah. I just had a wedding, and then I was doing a family trip the last time you guys had the podcast. I was driving on the highway with a couple toddlers. So,
that sounds like a blast.
Yeah, it was awesome.
So you were one of those guys admiring golf courses from a distance when you're driving on the highway, then, right?
For sure. And I shed a little tear every time I passed one. Yeah,
I always do that, and I never remember to go back and write it down. So there's been 10 of them. I'm like, I want to play there, and I have no idea what the name is.
Oh, I know.
There's one in Zumbrota.
You need a Shazam for golf courses.
Oh, there we go.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow, you might
somebody comes up with that that's listening. I better get some sort of royalty on that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm yelling. I get all excited on this podcast.
You might want to say that for Patreon, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I think we're gonna have to talk about that off air. We'll try to figure something out. Some sort of business idea. So congratulations on getting married.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I've been married for a little over almost 2.5 years now. I love it. It's nice. Definitely been a new chapter in my life. I don't play as much golf as I want to. However, there's no fault on my wife's side by any means. It's just things get busy.
Good answer. She obviously listens. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. She better be supportive.
Yeah. That was a well done answer from my husband. There we go.
Yeah, exactly.
Not
so congratulations.
Thank you, man.
Did you guys, we're going to dive right into it, but you guys played, was it Spanish Bay?
Yeah, we had a little trip. You want to talk about the kind of the rotation?
So, we played Spanish Bay and Spyglass. We played Spyglass first and Spanish Bay second. We also got in another round at the Hay, which we did a vlog about, which we'll talk about later, obviously. But the Spyglass kicked our ass, or at least kicked my ass the first day. And then Spanish Bay seemed a little bit better the second day, but it was fun. It was a blast. And both beautiful days. The weather was perfect. It was fun.
How far do you guys live from? Are you guys close from Spanish Bay?
Shay's close. He's about probably 45 minutes from both courses. I'm probably 3 hours.
Okay.
In Sacramento.
So you guys kind of have you guys are, as far as distance wise, you guys kind of have a pretty big gap, so to speak. Is it more it's not the miles? Is it just because of the traffic?
This one's more miles, actually.
It's a little,
luckily.
It's more mileage, but once I get closer to him, there can be traffic. Once I hit San Jose, and then going over the hill on Highway 17 could be iffy. Like last night, I actually came down some back roads. I didn't even take Highway 17.
Yeah.
Took the whole Highway San Jose.
It's a little windy road over here by the coast.
Super sketchy, but sometimes you got to do it because that Highway 17 can be brutal. You'll be stuck on it for hours. So.
That's the good thing about here. From work, it's 20 minutes, to get here. And even from my house, it's a half hour.
It's not bad.
No.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Our downtown traffic isn't too bad. I would have severe anxiety though, like with tee times, early morning tee times, because I'm always really early. But knowing that when you just don't know, I think I'd have to be 2 hours early if I was coming from out of state.
See that golf post that's floating around right now? It's the guys that are late to the tee time aren't the ones worried about it. It's the guys that are on the tee box waiting for the guy that are more stressed about it.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's why I hate morning tee times.
Oh, it's my favorite.
No.
But like I said, you want to playing somewhere out of town like that, and you're just not really familiar with the traffic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's why luckily we've got a hotel room. So we stayed there the nights before. So we're all settled in. So our hotel was maybe, 8 minutes
like
from the course, So that was one of the things we considered. We're just like, let's get an extra night, no stress, on the traffic, and actually maybe have time to hit balls for once. So, yeah.
I don't want to bring up we don't want to talk about the dollar amounts and how much it costs and all that, but was it pretty difficult to? Oh yeah, okay. Well, yeah, we can talk about it. I didn't want to put you on the spot, so to speak, but I was curious because that's technically part of Pebble Beach, like the resort, correct? Was it really difficult to get a tee time?
I actually have a Dukes membership, which is a program they do. I think it's like $300 a year, somewhere right around there, $350. I don't recall. And basically just get you cheaper rates to Spyglass and Spanish Bay and Del Monte. And then they also included, I think, 4 free rounds to the Hay, which is that short course that we played. But the discounted rounds to Spanish, it was like 170 walking. And then I take that back. It was 190 walking, and then I think it's like 230 or 240 with the cart out, out the door or whatever. Spyglass, I want to say, was like 290, somewhere right around there with the membership. But without the membership, Spyglass is like 410.
Yeah.
And then Spanish is I want to say like 290 or 310, somewhere right around there.
So still not the cheapest, but he got the discount card and stuff. So
that makes a pretty big difference though.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you, on those 2 courses, do you typically use a caddy on that, or do you just take a cart and you just go your own way?
We just took a cart and went our own way. We try to get some video vlogging in while we were out there. But at the same time, caddy, it costs you, I want to say $100 to rent a caddy. Then you got to do another probably $100 just to tip them.
Yeah, because they charge you for the caddy, and then there's an additional like the tip is totally separate from that.
It might be 75 for the caddy fee, and then you're going to be wanting to slip the guy $100 after the round.
Right. Usually it's like at Pebble, my buddy caddy's out there, and usually gets about he gets 180 a bag, so sometimes they'll double bag it, 2 bags, but he's getting, usually would tip about 180 a bag, that
depends on how many strokes he's shaving for the player.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah. You better read those putts good too. Yeah.
So my issue with the caddy is
shout out to Caddy Whisper.
Yeah.
Caddy Whisper. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to, has he got an Instagram?
For sure.
I'll have to give him a follow if I'm not already following him.
Yeah. My issue with a caddy is I don't need somebody to tell me how to hit a bad shot already. Because he can tell me what club to hit, where to aim it. I'm not, no. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's no offense to the caddy, but say, hey, I'm going to take this club. I'm just going to use it. And this is what's going to happen. Okay.
Because there are a lot of times where, we'll both be at the same tee box and I see you with a club and then there's me and you're like, what the hell are you doing? I'm like, I'm going to hit it.
It'll be the first time a caddy quits mid round. Like, you know what? I'm done. I can't do anything.
My stuff's all over, it's whatever, that's kind of like a big strong part to my game is I'll just grab it and go. I don't second guess things. I don't hesitate.
Mental golf for him is not it's not existent. He just goes with the flow. That's the nice thing about his game.
Yeah, random caddies could be good and bad at the same time. So
my issue,
obviously, if they know the course and they know the greens,
they know what to expect. Know what
they'll actually tell you what club to hit. That's kind of hard.
I've obviously played a lot of golf, but I've never once had a caddy before. So
really?
A part of me it also depends on where my game's at, but I feel like that could either really make or break my round. You know what I mean? Depending on how, because normally I'm pretty straight off the tee, but I feel like it's almost putting an extra added pressure now that I know these guys you know what I mean?
Golf course.
Yeah. Once. Yeah. I've had once a caddy, which luckily I got to play Cypress Point out here. So super exclusive. Yep. And in high school we got to play and then they make you take a caddy out there, or they did. So yeah, that was my only time. So I was probably about 16, 17, with the caddy. So it was a pretty cool experience. And I think it definitely helps. I'd love to have a caddy another time. Yeah, for sure.
So I've only had one time also, and that was Pelican Hill.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Down
I've stayed in a villa near Pelican Hill. I never played it. I didn't realize it was Pelican Hill golf course. That's
badass. Yeah.
Dude, it looks sick. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. I think they have 2 courses there, right?
Oh, okay.
36
a pro down there.
Ocean course and then a hill course, I believe.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So what if you're since you guys each had a caddy, what would be like the biggest I guess what would be like the most helpful thing that like a caddy helped with your, because you already know your game, but obviously they know the course, which is why they're there. But like, was it like reading the greens, or like what was the biggest like helpful hint that they gave?
I think for me, it was just the focus, because sometimes I'll get, I can go 2 ways. I can get super analytical and just super in my head, or I can go your way and just go up and hit it, to my detriment. So sometimes I'll go up and hit it, and it's just like, why did I hit that? It's like, that wasn't the club. It was uphill. The wind's going this way, it's like, and I didn't put any of that into effect, So the caddy is just that extra kind of, I guess, accountability, on the course to say like, hey, like, are you prepared to hit this shot? And then if you are, grip it and rip it. You know what I mean? So I think for me, that was the best part.
I think if like I'm a caddy, like I'm not going to really give you like helpful insight, but I'll be like your biggest hype man possible.
I like that.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you grab whatever you're comfortable with, but I'm going to talk you up and you're going to hit the best shot of your life. That kind of like, that would be my kind of caddy that I need.
Yeah.
But like, if you think about it, like, do they ever like ask you like, okay, like what do you typically hit, like an 8-iron, or do they ask you those questions like pre-round? Is that something that they ask? Cause I know like some of these courses, like they might have like false fronts or something like, is that,
and they kind of ask you as you go, you know what I mean? So once you get to that shot, if you've got something, like I said, like you just said with the false front or something, they're like, okay, you want to be 146 plus, you know what I mean? Like you got to get past the false front, which your 149 club or so, you know what I mean? And you give them the best, estimate on that. And that's definitely an ego check too, though, because you definitely got to give them the real stuff. Sometimes you just want to, he's like, what do you usually hit 160? I'm just like, gap wedge, and then when I come, and then I have to explain, and I look at him weird when I'm like 40 yards short,
He's like, yeah, what, grab your putter. Just grab your putter and hit it.
What's your 146? How bad do I have to hit it?
How bad? 60 degrees, but I thin it really thin.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. It's really interesting to me because I don't know if that's like, I feel like sometimes that has kind of like scared some people off as far as getting a caddy, but just because most places have most golf courses that have a caddy are probably pretty expensive right off the bat. Right. And then you get, I feel like a lot of people that play golf that want to get that experience are willing to pay that money, but at the same time, they might not be that 5 to 10 handicap where they just want the experience. However, they might play like crap with a caddy behind them, and that might, you know what I mean? So like, I think the caddy's a great thing. And I think I would like that, but it really all depends on the tone off the first tee for me. Cause I feel like if I could start off that first tee pretty good and like give me some good, like positive feedback, I feel like I can feed off of that. So it's an interesting take. Cause we have you ever heard of Sand Valley Resort?
Yep.
Where's that?
So it's in Wisconsin, and they call it basically like the Bandon Dunes of the Midwest. So I believe Bandon Dunes, they own Sand Valley, and it's fairly new. It's pretty popular on Instagram now, but it opened up about 2 years ago.
So I've only seen pictures, but
it looks sick. But if you guys ever make your way to the Midwest, I think it'd be kind of super dope to try to do vlogging, videoing, and some of that. And I feel like, try to reach out to Sand Valley and try to do some of that, like take like a 3-day trip, because they have three 18-hole courses, and then they have a par 3.
Yeah, they have Sand Valley, Mammoth Dunes, and then the
Bandon Dunes is booked until like 2023, I heard.
Bandon Dunes is, The other hard part with Bandon is that I think they're expanding, but the hard part was flights. Because there really isn't, as far as like airports, there really isn't anything
far, right?
Yeah, there really isn't anything too close to that area. So you're still having to drive 2 to 3 hours at minimum. But Bandon Dunes looks awesome.
Sure.
It's a bucket list item. I see it all the time on Instagram. And I get jealous as hell.
Same. Yeah, the only thing I worry about there, which is why I kind of would be interested in the Sand Valley, Wisconsin. The only thing about Bandon is what the weather can be like. You know what I mean? So if you plan a 4-day trip up there, and then you get into something that looks like the British Open, and
that would suck.
40 mile, per hour winds, that takes something out of the trip. You know what I mean? It's a good 100%. Story, but you don't really get to play.
And you're walking too. There's no golf cart.
Yeah, and there's no carts there too. So, because I said that happened to a buddy of mine, and then the flag sticks were sideways, and he played an arm and leg to go there. So,
so
I think at Sand Valley, I think that would be a pretty cool option. At least I think probably more predictable weather, I imagine.
Yeah, it's essentially like I said, I'm downtown Minneapolis. It's probably about a 3-hour drive from us, but
I will Google it.
Yeah, it's like an hour. It's like 45 minutes or an hour west of Wisconsin Dells, I believe.
Okay.
But it'd be something that would be awesome to put in the calendar. I think it'd be even cool to even do like get some other influencers involved, do like a big trip.
Why do you know that?
Really cool.
Like it's exactly 3.5 hours.
Wow, there you go.
I'm just kidding.
Nailed it.
I'm not a stats guy.
Why do you know that?
Because I've been really talking about wanting to go there. If you look it up, it's awesome. Like I said, it looks like Bandon Dunes without the ocean.
Wow, that's sweet.
And it's like I said, it's fairly new. It's like 2 years old. But yeah, that would be fun to do. I think it'd be cool to kind of get like an influencer like tournament, or not even an influencer tournament, but like an Instagram golf, like just get a bunch of people.
Like, that'd be cool. Bring some listeners and some followers in there too. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So we'll have to talk about that like in the near future.
Yeah.
But sure. I don't, as far as pricing goes, I don't think it's nowhere near expensive as far as like Bandon.
Right. So that would be cool. That'd be cool.
But you could fly into Wisconsin or you said in Minneapolis.
Like MSP.
It's not bad.
Nice.
So Wisconsin, we're Minnesota guys, so we're not Wisconsin fans.
Wisconsin.
That's the only thing good about Wisconsin, in my opinion, is golf courses. Other than that, we don't like Wisconsin.
Yeah, we don't like Wisconsin. They're kind of like the ugly stepkids.
Okay.
Like
she said, we're Vikings fans, every sports fan in Minnesota, and the Packers have it all, unfortunately. Well,
but what don't they have? A hockey team.
They don't have a hockey team.
That's right.
We do have a hockey team.
We have a hockey team.
Minnesota Wild, right?
Minnesota Wild. Yeah, we got a young stud from Russia that's absolutely he's a stud. He's like the face of the future for the Wild.
Kaprizov.
Yeah, Kaprizov. He's like 20 years old.
21 or something.
Yeah, he's young, but he's good. Okay. So hopefully Minnesota sports.
That makes me feel old.
You got him in basketball too.
Yeah, women's basketball.
Yeah.
No, okay.
Yeah, but
the Wolves are kind of garbage.
They're 3-8, right? 4. I mean,
you guys look good. What last night then?
Yeah, they dominated LA.
We were good the first couple games.
I think the problem is like the Timberwolves have had so many issues upper management. But like right now, they probably have the best talent they've had since like Kevin Garnett back in the day.
Kevin and Wally, and I loved Zerbiak.
Kevin, Sam Cassell, Marbury.
Oh, we had what's his name for a while too. I can see his face. I know that doesn't help you.
There's a lot of players, but
Chauncey
Billups.
Yeah.
But the downside of Minnesota, so we've literally had, besides women, the Minnesota Lynx, WNBA.
We haven't won anything since the 90s.
89. 91. Sorry. Minnesota Twins 91, and then they won 89. I was born in 89. 87. I'm sorry. I'm way off. 87 and 91. But so like, that was going to my next question is like, is that something like to you guys that like you're in California, huge state with like 38 different professional teams.
Sure.
And a bunch of high profile college teams. Is that something that you guys like take into like an account, like with us, where like if we make a playoffs,
we get there's like a borderline parade here whenever the Vikings throw a touchdown.
Yeah,
like it doesn't matter.
I started thinking about that. I didn't really think about that until I went to college. I went to college originally at Arizona State.
Okay,
and then so when I moved out there and I just saw their fan base and stuff. And I think it was like right before they got the Phoenix Coyotes, maybe around that time or way back. And I'm just so used to having so many teams and like a lot of attention, spotlight and schools and stuff, and ASU was their big school, but it still didn't get the attention as the California schools and stuff. So I think that was the first time is when I got out of California for a while. I was like, oh, we kind of have a lot going on over there.
It's kind of weird here because like for colleges, right? Like our big school for football is the U of M,
which is right down the road from here.
But then there's like 7 like hockey schools, whether it's like Mankato, St. Cloud State, the U of M again, the Bulldogs, Duluth. Yeah, nobody cares about them though.
But they're really good.
But they're good, yeah.
But other than hockey, that's pretty much as far as college.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the U of M or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all I pretty much hear about there. Yeah, U of M. Yeah.
When you went to Arizona State, so I went out to a trip. Well, I went out to Phoenix. I don't know. Was it before I talked to you?
Was that in August? That was before. I wanted to ask you about it. I think you said you were planning like an August trip to golf in Phoenix. I wanted to hear about that.
Yeah,
I wasn't invited.
He wasn't invited, unfortunately.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Something came up and he just got we raffled out of a hat and he just didn't get selected. No, I'm just
my name was even in the hat.
No, so my two brothers and then one of my old buddies that was in my wedding, we all went out there. Dirt cheap, by the way. We stayed at Legacy Golf Resort.
Okay. Oh, cool. Okay.
But the crappy thing was we never even played at the golf course. You
just stayed there?
We stayed there and we played at other golf courses around, which I deeply regret because we played at a golf course and I'm trying to pull it up. Probably one of the worst.
Maybe I can remember some from my time there.
It was probably the worst golf course of my life that I played in.
No.
I think
I don't want to guess it in case it's not it. I don't want to put any golf courses on blast.
Yeah, I don't want to put it. But before that,
you can say it though.
Yeah, no, I'll try to find it because so we played TPC Champions course.
Scottsdale.
Yep, Scottsdale. So the year before I played the stadium course, which is kind of wild because if you really wouldn't recognize a whole lot of it without the stands.
Oh, without the tournament, they're totally different.
Yeah.
I didn't even know hole 16 when I got there. I almost walked past it.
My brother was, because they have like the big
stadium. Yeah. I was like about to tap in for like bogey and I'm just like, what? This is it. I was like, this was it. I was supposed to like run off the tee box and, talk to the fans, but literally walk past it. It's crazy.
And a couple autographs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All the fake stuff. I was going to do it all.
And that was like, so that was my goal. Is like, okay, I don't care like what I shoot, but 16, I'm either going to birdie it or part. That was my goal. That was
it. Okay.
And so I get to 16 and I would have never noticed it hadn't there been a big plaque that had my name on it right next to Tiger Woods' name. No, Perfect. But it had Tiger Woods and had everyone else's name on it. Other than that, like you would never know it was.
No, without the stands, it's crazy, you know.
But I did part.
I out there every year.
Yeah, I was actually, it's probably one of my better shots of the day. I stuck it within like 8 feet and then lipped out for birdie. So I made par. So it was easy par, but I think I shot an 84. I was actually pretty impressed.
Again, wasn't invited.
Yeah, that was a spur of the moment time with my older brother. So, and he's not a huge golfer. He could be good, but he just doesn't play a lot. But he didn't even recognize it. I gotta tell him like, dude, you know, yeah. And then we played a really underrated course. What is it called? Now I'm drawing a blank. Now that I'm thinking, I believe there's 2 courses. It's the Raptor and then the Talon.
Oh, okay. So North Scottsdale. So I wonder if
they hosted the NCAA tournament last year.
Yeah, I almost want to say like Greyhawk. Right?
So we played the Raptor.
I think that's Mickelson's. Mickelson's a member there, I believe.
Oh, really?
And since Mickelson's an ASU alum, he's still tied up with them a lot.
Gotcha. I didn't know that.
Mickelson sponsored their new driving range and stuff, the Bird's Nest and stuff like that. So they're super tied in. So it makes sense for the college.
Yeah, no, that's definitely I mean, if anyone's playing, because like you Google anything, it doesn't pop up right away as far as like the top courses. But
right.
I don't want to say hidden gem because it's not
off the radar for sure, though. For sure. So you played both. You played those?
I played Raptor and Talon was under construction at the time. But
okay, nice though. You got.
I loved it.
Nice.
It was a crazy quick trip though. So you went to Arizona. So we played 2 courses in back to back. So we played 2 courses one day. The very next morning we went to go hike Camelback Mountain. Terrible idea. Gosh. And it was 120 degrees.
Oh my God.
And now they actually made it a law that you can't hike it if it's more than 115. And it's one of those things that you don't realize how tough it really is.
Oof,
we got paired up with we got paired up with 2 elderly ladies at Camelback, and we were telling them what we were going to do. They were like, "You better be careful because a lot of people come out of town and
Right.
It's no joke.
It can be really dangerous. Yeah, it can get real dangerous, especially if you don't bring enough water, and that heat will take you out. It did to me the first time there. Yeah, I played a tournament in high school there, and a summer one. It was a play-in qualifier for an AGA event, and I got muscle cramps, like on the 14th hole, and just start cramping up because I was so used to, the day before in California was like 70 degrees. Flew out there for the tournament. It was 118. And then I was drinking water, but not electrolytes, So, that night when I was just all cramped up in a Red Robin's booth, the lady, the waitress was just like, poor guy, you got to drink electrolytes. You must be from out of town because that heat can really tear you up. You know what I mean? So
it's funny you say that.
I can't believe you did that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's funny you say that because when we played, I'm not a huge drinker on the golf course when I play golf. Like I don't mind it once in a while, but I prefer to drink afterwards. So I am kind of in the minority when it comes to drinking. But if you're out there and you're in an inexperienced heat guy in the dry heat, do not drink when you're playing golf there. I mean, it's like,
oh yeah, absolutely not.
The whole time she kept on dropping. I must have had about summer here. Yeah, I must have had about 13 blue Gatorades.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm not even kidding you. And the cool thing is they always give you the cup of ice. We don't get that here in Minnesota. They don't give you no cup of ice. That's extra.
Yeah, they give it. They have to. It's like I feel like it's a legal liability. They got to give you
100%.
It's so high. They got to at least give us ice.
That was the. I'm not gonna name the course. I can't think of it anyway. But that was the one downside though in Arizona was that every course that we went to was really quick on the rounds. As far as beer cart girl dropping stuff off. That one, it was terrible. It was like we were like hiding under trees, waiting for something to, I guess it was our mistake. We should have loaded up even more, but it's so hot that it just melts anyway. It gets so warm.
Sure. Yeah. So you needed to come right back around. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And like for reference right now, it's 28 and it feels like 21 and it's snowing.
I
love it.
Say that again. It's 28.
So it's 28, but the real feel is 21 because we're in a winter weather advisory right now.
Wow. So we're 72 right now and sunny.
That's sick.
Right now.
What time is it there? Well, you're in California, so it's what?
Like about to be 5 o'clock.
4:56. Yeah.
Even I know that.
Idiot.
It's the clock right there.
There was a high of 77 today. So
we had a high of.
That's hot for us. Yeah. It's a
77
random.
is hot. Well, yeah,
we get our hot days in the fall.
Okay. That brings me to my next question is like being from Minnesota, is that something you've ever experienced of like
a culture shock?
Well, not necessarily a culture shock, but like we know when our golf season is pretty much winding down. Today. Have you ever experienced that in your career playing golf?
Honestly, like I said, not until I traveled for golf. I traveled like on the East Coast for a golf camp when I was younger, and I remember some of the kids where they were from, they would talk about that having golf seasons, and I thought it was like the most bizarre. I didn't like put two and two together, and I thought he was talking about the school season and whatnot, but turns out it was actual playing conditions. He's like, no, the snow comes here and this. I'm like, oh my God, he's right. Like he can't play for, which is crazy. And they're still really good, so I'm like, props to you guys.
Yeah, we won't be able to play like a consistent golf until like May, maybe April. Unless you have a really
I would
nice
say
March.
April. Yeah, it depends on March. But like there's been a few times where I've actually played golf on Christmas Eve. Very few times. But we've had some times where it was like 55 degrees and they're like, all right, we're going to open up today. Because golf courses, obviously, it gets, they're hurting for wanting to keep the course open and everyone else is so eager to get outside and play.
I would say mostly out here, the only thing we really got to worry about is the rain. I mean,
but don't you normally have some dry
unless
spells?
You're in the foothills, in the Sierra Nevadas, where it gets snow around us. I mean, Sacramento doesn't necessarily get snow. Santa Cruz doesn't get snow. So anything we really got to worry about is rain and then just the cold. So
cold.
But we are all golfers, so that doesn't bother us or prevent us from going out there and
that's the one thing that I'm very envious of. I think though, us Minnesotans, or I should say us Midwesterners are very more appreciative of golf sometimes because they don't really, they're very limited on how much they can play. Obviously you can go travel somewhere warm, but as far as like where they live, Yeah, it's kind of wild that like, right now you guys could probably get out and play Twilight if you wanted to right now. And we got snow on the ground and it's
been dark since like 3.
Yeah, that's a downside.
Well, we have daylight savings out here too, which kind of, I guess that is our golf season, I guess, because it gets dark at 5 o'clock now. So
it's been dark all day.
Pretty much.
Because of the snow.
Yeah. Shay, how's your so you've kind of been on your stories and like traveling and all that, so what's your background as far as like golf? And I know Shane, you talked about it a little bit, you can hint on it. I know you did some stuff for the some kids and stuff like that, trying to help grow the game. What about you, Shay? What's your background?
Yeah, so same. So basically, played some junior golf, got pretty good, just not quite to, the only offers I got was a D3 school out in Florida called Barry University. So
that's so awesome. What was you didn't go there? Was there
just it was just super far for me at the time, just across the country. I was just a little scared of that. And then so I ended up going to Arizona State University because they had a professional golf management program there. So I went there. After that, didn't play as much golf. I tried to play the walk-on tournament, missed it by probably 47 strokes, so almost made the team, just didn't make the putts I needed to.
Sure.
Otherwise I would have been right there with the boys. But anyway, so after that, didn't play a lot of golf, too often. But after Arizona, I moved to Sacramento, and then I was looking for something to do up there while I went to school there at Sac State, and I met Shane at a junior camp. It was my first time working a certain school, and he comes up to me and we just basically clicked off the get-go. I think we were having some food afterwards and we're just chatting. I think we ended up living together probably like 3 months later or something, and we lived there pretty much our entire times. We were roommates when I was in Sacramento those 3 or 4 years. So, so we've been close since. Yeah, and he was the best man at my wedding. So
that's a big deal, Shane.
Continued for sure. So probably going on 13 years. So yeah,
it's been fun.
Yeah, good guy.
So, I don't think you could live with me.
I mean, not everyone can.
Now I'm married.
Yeah, not everyone can. I still have other.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
I guess you could technically could.
I could sleep on. I don't think she would care.
No, probably not. No.
Yeah. Good luck. Yeah.
So, as far as like, because you kind of mentioned about you went to Arizona State. You said it was for golf course management. Was that?
Yeah. They have, at the time there was, I think, about 7 universities in the nation that had that as a major, so I think Clemson was one and a few others just scattered around the country, but I thought Arizona would be cool. And then also they took my SAT scores like automatically and I didn't have to show my terrible grades. So I was just like,
win.
Yeah. I was like, you guys will take me for real? You promise?
Where do I sign?
So I signed immediately. I was just like, you're the best,
That's awesome.
That's really why I went there. So, but anyway, so that's why I went there. I ended up switching to business marketing, which is what I graduated with, so, I did switch it up, but, that's really why I went there. Yeah.
So are you both technically like certified as like PGA professionals or like PGA like instructors? Or
I didn't do any of the program.
I passed my PAT, which is the 36-hole tournament you got to play to technically get certified or whatever through the PGA program.
Okay.
But I didn't go and finish the schooling part. I did work at a golf course as an assistant pro and gave lessons for a little bit, but I never like followed through with the program to become a head pro or a GM of the golf course.
Because you pretty much don't play golf at all if you're a PGA pro, right? It's kind of like that.
That's why I kind of got out of it, was because I saw as an assistant pro, you were in the shop or doing tournament, crap.
That'd be tough.
Giving lessons. You never, and then you're there at the course all the time. So when you were off or when you did have free time, you didn't want to go back to the course. You know what I mean?
Makes up. Yeah. That was my next question is like, once you get like, you're spending so much time there doing that, the last thing you probably want to do is hang out there. You just want
it was. And then the course that I worked at was probably a 45 minute drive from my house. So my days off, I definitely weren't driving there for free golf,
Sure.
So now we're here, OB Golf Co. Give us a little bit of background on the OB Golf Co. company.
Sure. I know Shane talked a little bit about last time, but I'll give my little spin on it. Basically, since we met years ago, we all kind of clicked. And I think for both of us, being comfortable on the course was always something that was just pretty important to us. I think both of us weren't really kind of cookie cutter as far as how we dress as golfers, and honestly, if you met us outside of golf, you wouldn't even think we're golfers, we wouldn't even have the look, so I've got half sleeves and stuff, and we're all, so we wouldn't really fit the bill. So I wanted something, and he wanted something. We both did. It was something that would represent golf off the course, that we would still think was cool enough to wear. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that was our big thing with it. We just wanted something that would say, yo, we're golfers, but it's cool. You know what I mean? So that was pretty much our mission with this brand, is to just be a little bit different, not take ourselves too seriously. And so far we feel we've been able to do it. We've always got room for improvement, and that's what we do. We, just try to get better and stuff with feedback from our customers, and we appreciate the support. And, we're trying to go up and up and just be better and better.
100%. I will say this. I don't know if I can rock that hat, but it looks dope on you. I like that bucket.
Oh yeah, I'm the bucket guy. Yeah.
I'm not. I said I don't know if I could rock that, but I really like it. It's legit.
No, once I got into dad life, it was bucket stuff. I think my wife told me about some she's like, you can still get sunburned, and I was like, really? And then so, I was just like, maybe she's right, so I started rocking this puppy and haven't looked back since.
No, it looks good. And I like it.
Yeah. This is the one I get the most compliments and talked about, when I'm on courses and stuff, or even the cart guys when they drop off a cart, or if I'm in the pro shop checking out, or checking in. This is the one I get the most compliments, the Golf's Hard bucket, So yeah, so I always like to rock this one.
No, I like that. And right now you guys are giving 40% off till January.
Yeah. So we just kind of went crazy, I guess. So we're just said, you know what?
Generous.
We're going to do kind of like a supercharged Black Friday. We're just going to do the black rest of the year.
So I like it. Innovators.
40% off until midnight, December 31st at midnight. And that includes, we actually have a couple designs that aren't even out yet. So you're actually getting not just the current stuff, but a couple new designs that'll be out probably in about the next week. So keep a lookout for those. We got some vests coming in. Those all count for 40%. So it's not just old stuff. The one thing I will say is if you like something, I'd probably get it sooner than later, because if you look on the website, there's already some sold out stuff. So those ones we aren't restocking, so if it's sold out, we probably won't be restocking. So if you like something, get it now, 40% off. We're really, just trying to spread the name out there this holiday season. So.
Yeah, Dom's rocking the OB Golf Co. Champion sweater. I
was trying to give you a shout out.
Shane was just saying that.
I love this thing. I always get my hoodies a size bigger, just because they're so comfy, and it's always cold here for 6 months.
I'm gonna order a black one. I think it's dope.
Yeah. No, we just can't match.
Yeah, no, I'll wear the black one. Yeah.
No,
I am rocking a hat though.
Yeah, I wear this all the time. I wore it to work.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. It was a little sweaty on the front side, so I kind of have it flipped around. So that's why I'm rocking the back side.
I think that's
you guys just let us know what you want. Pick out an item, whether it's a sweatshirt or something. Pick out one each, and we'll send you guys something. So
okay, yeah, I gotta get one of these.
For sure, if that's what you want, just let us know. I know we follow you guys. Obviously, Instagram is the main way we connect. So shoot us a little DM, and we can get you out something and get you warm in that cold weather over there.
I know. That's just say at this point, that's what.
Oh my gosh!
I just grabbed a beanie. Yeah. Actually, it's already getting cold out. I hate the cold, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely don't want to be sticking around over here then anytime soon.
Yeah.
Wait till May. Or actually June, just to be safe.
No, May's my birthday, so
come on, May. Yeah, we'll party it up.
I think that's the beauty of.
You guys got to come out here.
No, that's the real thing. We got to come out there and play some golf.
But I think that's the beauty of the brand is he was saying, it's they're little subtle hits about golf, whether it's the steak, because if you didn't know it was a little golf steak, you wouldn't even know it's golf. Because what did I come in today? I had my hoodie on and I came in some Yeezys. You would never go.
Love it.
Golfer,
yeah, right?
And I think that's the beauty of it. It's casual, but it still says, "Hey, I enjoy the game. it's
like
not.
I said, growing up, I always grew up wearing polo, or I always liked the brand Polo and just a small little horse, just the simplicity of it. So when we were, and Shaye the same way, when we were trying to design the brand and the logo, that was like, we wanted something simplistic but catchy, clean,
That's key.
So yeah, it turned out good. I mean,
I find these stakes quite a bit, actually.
Man, they're my best friend on the golf course.
It's like a magnet, right?
Especially the ones on the left side of the golf course.
Left side. Okay, so
the right
are you a righty or are you lefty?
Yeah, I'm a hooker.
Okay, yeah, you're a hooker. Although they do say hooking the ball is a lot better than slicing the ball, right?
I can attest to that.
You get more distance, that's for sure.
Everything.
Yeah.
However, since I did switch to the overlapping thing you told me to do, I hit the ball much harder and much more square. It's just way over there.
See, the thing with Dom though, so Dom, like this is why I think, like, we were talking about caddies earlier, but I think Dom really would benefit from a caddy, because he's one of those guys that, like, you just tell him, like, I'm no expert by any means, but I'll be like, hey, this is what I think, try this. You tell him and he does it. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things where it's like, it makes me feel good, like I think I did that, but really,
yeah, right.
You know what I mean? But I think a caddy would benefit him greatly, because
my issue is I like to argue. So
like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, because it's like, there'll be moments where Derek's hitting like a 9-iron,
400 yards.
Yeah, like a 9-iron. I'm like, I'm standing up here like a 4-iron. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna. Like, I can't let him know that I don't know what I'm doing. So all of a sudden, I'm way over, and he's like, "What'd you hit?" I'm like, "I don't want to tell you." It's one of those things where I think the moment
he's sharpied out his.
I don't want to tell you, I just hit 6-iron, and you got
like the moment you overthink what you're gonna hit is the moment the entire hole goes downhill.
You bring up such a good point, though. I've done this so many times where somebody, like, you hit a shot and you're kind of embarrassed by what you use in your club selection. They ask you what you use and you look at it and you're like, yeah, I hit, like, you really should hit a 7, but you hit like a 6 and you're like, but I chunked it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about?
You have to add something.
You got to add the little flavor to it of what happened.
I usually say either a little thin, or I'll say, hey, a little high on the face is a good one. I feel like that one's getting more popular. A little high on the face, right?
Yeah, because we, like, I know, like, I should have probably used a 7. I didn't hit
for
it
sure,
good, but now I'm embarrassed that I used a 5.
I go through that all the time, for sure. I get it.
What'd you use? Don't worry about what I use.
Yeah, exactly.
You do you.
No. Yeah, I'm in the front bunker. Why would you, like, leave me alone? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I got it.
We won't try to keep you too long, but a couple more questions if you don't.
Sure.
Mind.
I have some good ones.
All right, go ahead, Dom.
I think they're good anyways. In my opinion, they're better than probably whatever Derek has.
Nice. There we go.
So it's like a big, like, 3-part question.
Okay.
So do you guys have tunes when you're playing on the golf course? Like, do you guys listen to music and stuff?
For sure.
100%.
So that being said,
with that,
I have to. Yeah.
So does that mean he has the aux then? Is that the guy?
He controls it.
What do you guys listen to?
Yep.
Even when I forget the speaker, I still put the phone in the cup holder.
Mm-hmm.
We're still rocking some way or another.
Yeah. What are you guys listening to out there then?
Usually rap, to be honest. We call it Currency, and there's
Currency,
a bunch of stuff.
Burner, Mozzie. I mean,
for me, like, I always comment on, like, people, like, what would your walk-up song be? Like, if it's not Pop Smoke, you're doing it wrong.
Walk-up songs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's gotta be like Invincible.
Box walk-up songs would be epic.
They should really incorporate a golf course that has
even like the homies, like Instagram should start that, like, just recording your buddies walking up to the first tee with their walkout song.
I like that.
Like,
start a challenge.
Start a new trend.
Yeah, the only slow play that's allowed is the walk up on the first tee. After that, then you gotta go.
Yeah, perfect. Just one and done. Perfect.
I like it. I love it. So who drives the cart?
I usually drive the cart.
I would say he normally does.
Yeah, he likes to sit and chill.
That's so my biggest pet peeve too. I drive the cart too. It's not like a mean thing. It's just like I've always done it.
I don't really care. It doesn't really necessarily bother me. Like, obviously, depending on what's going on during the round, like, sometimes I'll hop in and drive.
Sure.
No, for sure.
But for the most part, he normally drives.
For sure. It's me driving. First of all, I like the control of the cart. I just like driving the carts. They're fun. And then second, him being a day trader, he's got to kind of keep track of the portfolio. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So usually I'm driving, trying to keep us on the road. He's over there refreshing the Charles Schwab account, right?
Yeah. Shane, we need to talk about that day trading. I need to get on board with the day trading.
Yeah, he's your guy. Yeah, talk to this guy. So, so that's usually why that happens. And then if I have something crazy going on with the real estate deal, we swap seats, and he'll hook it up and drive while I put out fires on my end. So,
you said like your brothers, like you got to figure it out. Like that's things like if I'm driving, he's cooking up the tunes, he's doing something. So it's not like, we're not just like you sit there and be silent and buckle up. It's none of that. Like we're both got our own parts, right?
Once we both have a bad shot, then yeah, we just don't talk.
Yeah, then we just go on to the next one.
Yeah, someone better be making a cocktail or something.
Yeah. At that point, see, like I said, I'm not a huge I'm definitely in the minority on this, but I really don't drink a lot on the golf course. I love craft beer and I like cocktails, but I'm one of those people that I'm a complete opposite. Where a lot of people are like they play a lot better when they get a couple in them.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I'm like way worse. And it's like nothing against anyone. Like you booze all you want. But for me, like I'll save it till after the round. Then I'll drink my beers. Because unless I'm having like a completely horrific round, then I'll drink a little bit.
Sure, then you can step it up.
Because at that point, the round's already screwed over anyway, But for me, like I like that focus, clear mind.
We're pretty similar on that. So really, when we go out, if we're really gonna take the cocktails hard, we had the bachelor party, and then I think
then you got
another birthday trip. We did that, but on the mainstay, if we're going out and golfing, we're golfing like a few times a week and stuff. We really weren't drinking when we played anyway, like at all. You know what I mean? Because we really were going out trying to get some low scores and trying to have fun, but be competitive. So. To be honest, we're really more the type that would rather just kind of focus on that. Maybe I'm not sure if what this is rated, you can cut it out, but we'll twist something up and go the herbal route. But as far as the actual drinks, to be honest, we're not actually like heavy drinkers or big on that, to be honest. So we don't hate on that too. We know people that are, we golf with people that are, and
do like some good scotch,
but it's hard for me. I can't, when I'm a few drinks in and stuff, there's no way I can play as good. I'm hitting some crazy shots. So if I want to play well, I keep it.
Yeah. When you're doing like a bachelor party or something fun with the guys, that's a different story, but
But I feel you have a good point about that. And I think we're the same way as far as that. Yeah.
No, we definitely got to make our way out there. I will say I've played. I actually lied before we came on. I said that I haven't played since my trip in Arizona, but I've played one time since my trip, which is crazy because
since August. Since August,
I've played one time.
Damn.
Wow.
Which is crazy. I run a Save Par Golf. And I do
is that daily. Is it weather or just busyness, day-to-day life, or is that weather?
It's just been a combination of all sorts of things. I mean, I don't want to say that I couldn't have. I definitely could have, but obviously there's certain priorities that come first. But
I haven't played since July.
You have a pretty legit reason though. He kind of like pulled us back. Which makes sense.
Yeah, and then like in May I got like a job promotion and
okay, nice.
But for me, like it's just for me, it's just,
I love my job, and I don't think they listen. So I like my job. Well, I don't think my boss knows that we do a podcast. Not that it matters.
He should know.
I should. Yeah. No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I like my job. Don't fire me.
I remember you talked off air about how much you liked it there, about how cool your boss was and how hard you wanted to work for them. So hopefully if they do watch this, they know
about it for a second.
Yeah, they're listening. Yeah, we're actually let them know.
My boss is pretty cool though. I do like him. Nice guy.
That helps a lot.
Yeah, he's got a good beard.
But
nice.
We talked to Shane last time about it, and we definitely need to put something on the books and come out there. And then have you guys come out here and play.
Yeah, no, we treat you well out here for sure. If you guys wanted to head out this way, for sure. If you let us know, is it playing something fun?
Are you as far as like peak times of golf right now? Is it kind of slow right now, or is it actually just because like the weather? I mean, there's so many people trying to get out. I'd imagine early morning because of the light. But
yeah, the weather here is just awesome. In the fall. And we kind of have what they call the Indian summer. So we have that kind of delayed summer out here.
Yep.
That's why it's like 77 today, which is like closer to like our top. This is like pretty much as high as
we're in
we
Santa
get,
Cruz right now.
Yeah, we're in Santa Cruz where I live.
Not Sacramento.
Right. So Sacramento gets hot Sacramento gets hot in the summer, very hot in the summer, and then very cold in the winter, where we just pretty much stay between 65 and 75 all year. So this is really hot for us. You know what I mean? So this is where we get our hottest weather, usually in October and November. So it still gets pretty crowded here, just because they know the weather in the Bay Area, you know, what they call it. So yeah, it definitely gets packed here. I think our slowest is probably like a January, February, you know, kind of a little more rainy and colder.
Yeah, when we said the best time, it'd be kind of cool to do like for us, like during the off season, come out like sometime.
Oh, for sure.
February or something like that. That'd be awesome to kind of come out.
That would be the best time to come. Yeah, as far as crowds. Yeah.
Right. Two last things. The match is coming up here on Black Friday, technically.
Yeah.
After Thanksgiving.
That'd be Black Friday.
Yeah. We got Phil Mickelson and Charles Barkley commentating, which should be a riot. That should be awesome. Are you guys, we kind of talked about it a little bit, Shane, last time, but are you guys Team Brooks, Team Bryson, or what do you feel about that? I think it's kind of cool that they definitely, after the Ryder Cup, maybe they just outsmarted all of us and they just actually just did it all along.
I think they probably
right. I'm team. I know it's a cop-out answer, but I'm team both, just because I'm so stoked that not only. So first of all, I love pretty much everything about it. I love the beef just because it brought more attention on golf, especially when he was walking by with the spikes, and that whole thing was hilarious. I think he got so many eyes on golf. I had friends that barely golf that were like sending me Brooks memes and stuff and Bryson memes, and they don't even golf barely.
It was pretty hot there for a while.
So that was.
I think Brooks legitimately want to kick his ass though.
Right, and that's
it was pretty hot there for a while.
Yeah, I think so too.
Then both going to the Ryder Cup, I was like, oh, this is going to be great. And then when they do that makeup session, basically, I was just like, all right, that's kind of big of them, you know, like the mature part of me was like, cool. Then they come out with the match. I'm like, this is amazing. I was like, this well played. I was like, the whole time, well played.
Yeah. Which is, that's what I said the entire time, right? Because I always said that I just feel like Bryson is just kind of like, bugging him a little bit, you know, not
poking the bear a little bit, but not really.
I never thought it was like a big serious, like, oh my God, they hate each other. To me, it just kind of seemed like that sibling rivalry almost.
Right. You know? Right. That's true. Yeah. And then plus, I don't know the details about it, but I know like the exact numbers, but you know, don't they have like the social media challenge basically for PGA Tour players. Yeah. So the more, I guess, followers on social media you get, right, you get bonuses for that. So I'm sure this bumped up, right, their stock as far as social media goes. You know what I mean? So there's money behind it. So
that's what I was thinking.
Money with the match.
Right. It's a great point, because that was what I was thinking, is that, you know, Bryson, they considered with the mad scientist and all that, but he's a very bright individual. But I don't think Brooks. Sure. I think Brooks is pretty smart too. But it's like they have that, you know, that they make a lot of money, obviously. Mm-hmm. But still, at the end of the day, they're only going to be playing for, you know, competitively at the top level for how long? It's like, it's an extra way to generate more cash. And they're big on social media, both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
TikTok or something with Michelle Wee.
Yeah, I saw that.
They did the little dance.
And then Brooks with his Michelob Ultra doing the
curls.
The curls with his,
girly.
So I'll definitely probably have to go Team Bryson, probably, just because I just feel like he's been trying to grow the game a little bit more lately than Brooks has.
I feel like he's so.
I do agree with you on that.
In terms of like innovation, I think Bryson has really kind of retooled his game into something that people wanted to see. You know, people are all of a sudden interested in going, how is he hitting the ball so far? And why is he hitting the ball so far? And now he's modifying his clubs and this, that, and the other. And I think in terms of growing the game, I think Bryson's doing it better than Brooks. Brooks has kind of like the frat boy kind of personality though. Mm-hmm. So that might grow the game in that sense. And he has more followers on Instagram. I think
Bryson necessarily probably started his workout regimen and getting big and doing the whole what he's doing probably because of Brooks, because Brooks at the time was the only beefcake, you know, on tour, and the guy that was in the gym pounding 30-40 pound dumbbells while Bubba Watson was in there lifting 2 pound dumbbells.
I was just thinking that. I'm like, there's that commercial with Brooks lifting big, and then there's Bubba with his little dumbbells.
So for Bryson to now be where he's at and probably in a sense, probably a little bit past Brooks in that area. You know, you got to give the guy props.
I think it's gonna be exciting. Do you know why they're doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Shane. I didn't mean to.
No, you're fine. I was just saying at the same time, he's still trying to grow the game, you know, like he's not just being like, oh, look at me, I'm, you know, bigger, better, badder. You know, he's actually trying to grow the sport with long drive and, you know, having it fun and, you know.
He does all sorts of stuff with that good too. Those guys are good.
He hangs out with GM.
Holcomb, right? He hangs out with that Hogan Multham guy, right?
He hangs out with the longest drive guy.
Yeah, and then
Kyle and Hogan.
Yeah, they all hang out.
And then we didn't even talk about that. I mean, he comes up and finishes 6th in the world.
Bryson.
I saw some of that. I actually and good for him. Good for him because that brought more eyes on it. Because I was actually watching the live stream for the PLD for the Professional Lawn Drivers Association. I was watching the live stream on his heats and then also for Hogan's heats because Hogan competed this year too.
That's right. Yeah, Hogan. Yep, and then Kyle.
So both their heats, you know, and obviously Kyle's too.
Sure.
So kudos to Bryson for bringing that kind of spotlight because I watched it and I don't remember the last time I watched it, you know what I mean, except for like clips of Kyle. So
I 100% agree with you on that. That's a good point. And then I think that golf in general is definitely probably at its highest peak right now of all time. I mean, obviously with Tiger not being there, that definitely sucks. Sure. And we might not see him play again. Hopefully we do, obviously. But just like, you know, the J.R. Smith, professional basketball, you know, OB Golf Co. Your brand, like you said, you're trying to almost not necessarily break the barrier, but
break the mold.
Yeah, like it doesn't. You don't have to wear a specific outfit to go play golf if you don't want to, or if you want. You know, so and I love that, and I think in doing so has helped people that might like basketball but not really get into golf. Now J.R. Smith is now on a college golf team, and he's actually a very good golfer. Like it's not just because he was a former NBA player. I mean, maybe that helped him out a little bit, but I mean, he's actually a legitimate good golfer. So I think golf is actually in a very good spot. Mm-hmm. I don't know what's going to happen it's interesting and intriguing with the Greg Norman, that was it the World Golf Tour that partnered with Asia
Tour. Be interesting.
Yeah, I think they're backed by
20 players. I get.
Yeah, they're trying to basically compete with the PGA Tour and put up big dollar amounts. I think it's backed by Saudi Arabia.
They threatened players and said that if they go elsewhere, that they're banned basically from the PGA. So we'll see.
I think they're pretty worried about that. Well, that's just it. Like I think they're kind of worried about
PGA's making threats like that. They're obviously, you know,
exactly
worried.
What if his golf league or whatever has walk-up songs?
I'm
just saying, because like the XFL had like nicknames on the back of their jerseys and stuff like that.
He hated me. I remember that guy.
Made it fun. So what if all of a sudden, all of a sudden you can like walk up to Invincible by like Pop Smoke, or you have like some kind of like rock song going, and I might leave the PGA.
Yeah, I mean, obviously money talks.
Our next vlog, we're having walkout songs for funny.
Dude, I'm telling you, that would be sick.
I gotta think about a walkout song that I'd want.
Right.
Well, like some courses, I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure they do. But some courses here, the announcer group is like up next to the tee, right?
Oh, I don't want that.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like they're like Pettis group up to the tee, and then bam, break out with my song right off the bat.
Put your song on.
Yeah. I might have two walk-up songs, one drive up, and then the one actual walk-up song.
Such a diva.
That's like that. Yeah, I like that.
Such a
diva. But fellas, it's been nice chatting with us. We really appreciate the time. OB Golf Co. You guys are on Instagram. Again, what's the discount code? I know we have one for you guys.
40.
What is it?
Mm-hmm.
OB Golf 40, and it's all capital.
OB Golf 40. All right. Mm-hmm. So whoever's listening, OB Golf 40 for 40% off. We'll tag you guys in the podcast episode with the link.
You go onto the website, just fill out your email and it'll shoot you the code if you didn't get that right there. So
Awesome. Is there anything else you guys want to hint on or talk about before we hop off, or you can think of?
I think that'll be it. Well, it's something if Shane vehemently disagrees with this, we'll cut it out of here. But how about we do something where we give any listeners here like an extra percentage off right before the Black Friday? So we're thinking about bumping up our Black Friday deal, but instead of it being maybe like 2 days or so, we'll bump it up for any listeners here, maybe a 5-day one. So we'll give you guys a special code for here.
Okay.
So we can still kind of do an ambassador partnership on that, so
perfect.
We'll talk about it right after this, and then we can get it to you by the time you guys release this, and maybe you can put it on the screen or in the description, whatnot, and we'll go from there. But I think that'll be cool. Give you guys just kind of a sneak peek at stuff and first dibs.
Awesome.
Okay.
No, that sounds awesome. So
cool.
We're all about growing the game and help growing you guys, and appreciate the time.
The platform.
And like I said, we'll talk soon about potentially setting some up for March or something like that, heading out there playing some golf.
Sure, we'd love it.
Sounds good. My birthday's in March, so
yeah.
There we go. Perfect. Just let us know, and then I'll make it even better. Shane, nice to meet you, man. And Shane,
thanks a lot for having us.
Yeah, thanks so much. And we'll talk to you soon.
Cool.
Yep, take it easy.
Awesome, man. Talk to you guys soon, man.
Yeah, don't log off. I can stop the recording.
Oh, I'm glad. I was just about to hit leave. Okay.
No. I can stop the recording and then
just sit here still and smile, or just.
Well, I don't care if you want to. Yeah.